Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you so much to the Book Bazaar for that raid. Welcome on in, and also for the follow as well. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope everybody is super excited for the Book Bazaar Backer Kit collab. Thank you so much for popping in. I will take a brief second to introduce myself before we start jumping into stream, but my name is Tycho. I am the author and artist behind the Court of Snakes Backer Kit campaign. And I am just so thrilled to be a part of like everybody's cool projects. Hi Riddle, hello from YouTube. But yeah, thank you so much for everybody being here. Yeah, today I'm going to be working on book illustrations of a character from my book Court of Snakes, which is now live on BackerKit as of 30 minutes ago, which is pretty exciting. And this is, of course, the special edition book that is going to be live. We're going to be drawing Ami from the book because I don't have an illustration of them yet, which is a crime, to be honest. So if you're interested in backing this book, I'm going to be posting the links over in the Twitch chat. If you're over on YouTube, let me know and I can share the link with you over there. But I have to go do that manually because things are crazy. But so far we have 9 backers. And we are very close to $900 out of $1,300. So thank you so much to everyone who has supported the project so far. Hi, Changus. What's going on? How you doing? We got a backer train going, actually, on this project. We got 3 minutes and 41 seconds to keep up the backer train, whatever that means. So if you want to back, get on that backer train. Get on it. Oh, yes, please, ask away, Riddle. What kind of questions did you have? Let me know. If you're over in the Discord, I'm about to post an announcement right now letting everybody know that the project is live. So, if you have any questions, yes, please let me know. I will post a post into Q's stream later. But yes, I just posted the link over in Discord as well. Yeah, we're going to be drawing today. It's going to be fun. Thank you so much to my most recent backers here. I do appreciate it. We're at 866 out of 1,300. How you doing, Carix? Welcome in. I don't know why I always read your username as Carix. I recognize it's Caro, and then my brain sees the X, and then it just has like a blue screen. I painted another Warhammer model. That is exciting. Miniatures are hard to paint. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Again, for everybody who just jumped into stream, if you want to back this book, you can do so by clicking the link that I just shared in Twitch. Ah, yes. How does this work? Should I keep shipping prices in mind? Yes. So the way that BackerKit works, if I go over here, I'll do a brief explainer for this overall thing, is you can see what the rewards are by going over to your pledge levels. This does not include shipping. So shipping to, if you live outside of the US, is typically around $20 USD, so keep that in mind. All of my prices, of course, over here are in USD, so if you need help converting to your local currency, let me know. And yeah, so say for example, if I were to get this early bird omnibus, it would be $50 for the omnibus itself, and then you have to add on shipping, which will be charged at a later date. So I have rough estimates in my FAQs, or actually I think it might be, yeah, how are shipping fees collected? So first, after the campaign ends, you'll receive a survey to pay for applicable shipping fees calculated based on your shipping address. I've done some basic rough estimates of this, so yeah, if you need help converting, do let me know. But the digital book obviously does not come with any shipping fees because it's digital. So there's also that as well for anybody international that doesn't want to get overloaded with shipping fees. So I think I did that like here at the bottom. Yeah, everywhere else is about 18 to 30 USD. Within the US, it's about 5 to 10. So really just depends on where you live. But I can do a quick calculation for you if anybody needs that at any point. But yeah, pretty straightforward. You just hit the back button, and then you won't be charged until June 30th. So you won't be charged until the campaign actually ends, which will be for quite some time. So be sure to keep that in mind when you're doing the backing. It's effectively like a pre-order button, if that makes sense. Like, and the survey will allow you to control like exactly what you get. If you want to add on add-ons later, you can. That kind of stuff. My earbuds were in backwards. I'm stuck in the UK. No. Yeah, so it'll be about $20, give or take. If you order just the book, it ends up being a little bit cheaper because I'm able to do like what here in the United States is called media mail. And that offers a little bit of a like lesser charge, but it can be kind of rough. It's like $20 to ship to Canada, too. Also, keeping that in mind, if you are in Canada, this will be the last backer kit that I can ship to Canada before I move to Vancouver. So I won't be able to do that until I get a work permit. So if you want a copy and you do live in Canada specifically, this is your last chance. But if you have any questions about the book, the plot, the characters, what we've got going on, let me know. And I can help you determine if this book is for you. Okay, I need to not refresh this page because it will auto-load the stream every time I do that. Terrifying. But we're drawing Ami today. They're my favorite because they end up in this position in this like whole political conflict, and they had no idea that any of this stuff was going on, and they're super confused. They also get shot a lot, but they're okay. Oh, thank you. That's my guys. My mom's here. Hi, Chips. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Tycho's mom. I can't. For everybody that's popping in to the stream just now, if you want to share the backer kit link, I've dropped that into the Twitch chat, so feel free to share it around. Oh yeah, you don't actually need a Kindle to read the ebook. The ebook will be released as either an EPUB or a PDF, so you'll get a copy that you can just use on any device anywhere. You can also download the Kindle app for free onto your phone and read that way. So you can always import the EPUB into the Kindle app, but you don't need a Kindle device to read the ebook. You can read it on your phone, your browser, your laptop. And you always will have the choice to pick which kind of ebook file you receive. So if you want something that's not a Kindle file, you have that option as well. But I've been getting a lot of really good reviews for it so far. I'm very grateful for everybody who has read the book, and then also everybody who like pre-backed as well. But yeah, no worries, Riddle. I understand too. Like it's hard. What's hard about this is doing the international shipping portion, just because like the USPS rates are like high key kind of crazy. Shipping anything out of the US is like really hard. But the main benefit of backing the ebook now too, as opposed to when it comes out in the fall, is one, you get to read it before everybody else, and then two, you also get your name in the back of the book, or username, whichever you choose, for forever. So that can be kind of fun. I'm doing okay. I'm stoked. Doing Oh, we got 10 backers. Thank you so much for the most recent backer. We got 8 minutes to continue the backer train if anybody else wants to jump on this thing. 8 minutes, 20 seconds. Let's go. We got hype. We're almost to 900. But doing okay. These backer kit days are the hardest for me because I just want to constantly refresh the page. And I will not be able to rest until it's fully funded. So it's a very anxiety-inducing time. Actually, this is badass. I think I'm gonna do... I want to do like an undercut. Let me figure out how I want to shape this kid's hair. I say kid. This man is like a fully grown-ass, like 20-year-old adult. Let's see. I'm gonna do kind of a... He's got, like, they've got kind of a mohawk, sort of. It's like an undercut. Kid in spirit. Yeah, kid in confusion. Oh my god, Riddle, you're so good. You're so good and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You're doing great. But if you need any extra help too, feel free to let me know. If anybody has questions about how the backer kit process works, like when the books will be shipped, why the backer kit is important, like any of those things, let me know. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and bring this one down this way. I've been really trying to make my hair more geometric as I draw it. Yeah, I don't know how I don't have any art of Ami at this point. It's a crime, actually. I've committed a crime. I understand what happened. Yay! Oh, that's so nice, Riddle. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Okay, I have to figure out if I want to give them any facial hair. I think that they deserve it. They're a bomb that lives in a desert. Is there something on Facebook to share? Not yet. So if you want to create a Facebook post to share, you know, letting people know what the book is, what genres it is, and then share the link, you know, that is always helpful. If you need any like quick information, you can always go to the backer kit page and effectively copy this and then paste that, you know, like this is the book. This is why you should back it. All of that good stuff. We got 11 backers. Thank you. Thank you. Now we have 8 minutes, 30 seconds to continue the train. I don't even know what the backer train... What even is the train? You know, like, I don't know. I don't know what the train is. I'm scared. This is my first time using BackerKit as, like, a platform. I've used it before as, like, a, for the launch, like, the survey purposes, but I've never used it for the, actual, like... launch platform, the backer kit launch like platform, so kind of crazy. Okay, so they're really dumb looking and I love them. Oh, they're perfect. Oh my god. Oh, they're so dumb. I feel like this kid is a dermal piercing kind of kid, but maybe not. I'm gonna give them a little ear cuff. Oh my god. This is the face of someone who has accidentally discovered an entire government conspiracy and does not know. Like... bummer. Okay, so I need some kind of Southwest punk outfit, but I don't want to go with, like... I don't want to go with, like, I went to Coachella and got dirty. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go with cowboy steampunk, because that's not right. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I know what I must do. I know what I must do. Alright, I'm going to be looking at references really quick. Sorry, everybody. I'm actually going to drag this out so that way I can see my OBS without having to suffer. Look at that. I used my big person brain. Let's see. How do I want this? I don't want this to make weird tangents. I think I did it right. I'm sure you did. We got 12 backers. We're almost at 900. Thank you so much, Riddle. Thank you, thank you. You are amazing, and I appreciate you. This is definitely the fastest I've ever seen this, like, a Kickstarter go up. This is insane. If we can fund it today, I'm gonna throw up. Like, actually, I would legitimately explode. But for those of you unfamiliar with the content of the book, it is a YA political dystopian fantasy that takes place in a very isolated city, and the themes of the series overall are definitely like anti-tech oligarchy and found family, lots of like political rebellion and defying racist systems, proving a bunch of angry racists wrong, and of course tarot card magic, because that's fun. But when I wrote this book with the tarot magic that I used, I actually completely randomly RNG'd the entire thing. So every time a character draws a tarot card in this book to use as magic, I drew one randomly myself from a deck that I have, and there was a system of no take backsies. So it especially in the second one, like Ami almost bites it. I'm not gonna lie, and it was a very, very, very lucky draw that saved their life. And Terran's, actually, by proximity. It was crazy. I would have never suspected that was gonna be a thing. I watched my life flash before my eyes, to be honest. Writing this book, it gave me whiplash. Let's see, I gotta twist this. I actually drew a little speed paint that was like a desert scene that I might stick them in, who knows. 13! Oh my god! Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. The train is going! We're officially over $900, guys. I think we're gonna fund it today. If this thing gets funded in one day, I'm gonna explode. I'm gonna die. You're gonna watch me completely just eviscerate on stream. I feel like they need a little pocket, you know what I'm saying? You ever just need like a little vest pocket? Like a little... just a little tiny pocket. Actually, I think this pocket needs to go down. Yeah, the train is like, I don't know what the train gets us. Because on Twitch, for example, if you do like a hype train, it's when people do like subs or they drop bits or anything like that. And then it just showcases a hype train at the top. I don't know if it actually does anything because I've never had enough people in my stream to do a hype train. So I don't know if the backer kit hype train is just the same thing where it's just there for vibes, just there for hype. I don't know. Yeah, Johnny Kid. But yeah, Ami's great. Ami is a kid who broke into Area 51 thinking that it was a joke, and then found out that it was very quickly not a joke, and then they have many regrets, so much regret. Whoopsie, much whoopsie doodle there. I know how to. I know how to draw. Nope, I don't. What's that one meme from Our Drawings by Kolobi where he's like, "Girl, I've been knowing how to draw." Let's see. Oh, a lot of these vests actually don't have any. You know what? All right, I'm here for it. They don't have any like actual lapels on them. So we're just gonna go like this. Look at that. Yeehaw! I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. Yeah, fun. They are silly. Yep, this is definitely my like I'm glad that this gets to be my send-off book before I eject myself out of the United States and away from the US government. I do think that this is really funny. The timing could not have been more perfect. It was not intentional. It was just the way things worked. What a kid inside the rock. But this is definitely like a protest book for sure. I'm not even mad about it. I know what I did. I know what I've made. I feel like they need like hold on, they need like dog tags or something. I'm gonna do this on a new layer though. Yeah, what I love about Ami is they very quickly become everybody's favorite, and I think it's mostly their I have no idea what's going on energy. Like everybody's just they're so confused. And I respect it. I understand. I'm like, me too. I get it. Everything is bad. It's hard when you have no idea what's going on, but you know you want to help. My favorite line of theirs from this book is like it gets to the very end and they're getting ready to like actually go to war. Like there's a physical conflict that's about ready to happen, and they're like, I want to help, I want to fight. And somebody else asked them like, have you ever shot anything before? And they're like, I've used a BB gun. It's like good go. GG guys. But y'all are the best. I really appreciate you so much. Thank you to everyone who is slowly backing this project. It means a lot. I love the energy, right? They're like, at least, you know, they're trying. They literally accidentally ended up in here, like, on an ATV. They don't know what the hell's going on. They don't know. I understand. But yeah, even if you can't back, be sure to share with your friends. That really helps me out a lot. I need the quote. It'd be perfect for a piece of art. Okay, hold on, hold on. The exact quote is, let me go look for it really quick. The exact quote is, hello, can I search? Let me go find it. The exact quote is, "You're staying here. We can't have you dying on us. Perseus ordered. You're too important. I'm going with Terran to evacuate people out. I'm sure the cops have shown up to Sulfur by now, and as soon as you start to get everyone out, I'll call them and give them coordinates. I can help. Let me help. I've shot a BB gun before. I'll be fine." I've shot a BB gun before. I'll be fine. You know what would be super helpful if these Twitch bots back to the backer kit. Just saying. Just saying. That'd be pretty sick. If they were useful for one thing. Yeah, what I like about, I think, the world building for this thing is that it does leave a lot open to, like, interpretation. Like, there's a lot of, like, stuff that we know for sure how it works, but then there's a lot of other stuff that we don't know how it works. Like, there's not really an explanation for, like, Widow Mag and the Creed of the Ceaseless and how their magic works versus the cards. We get some answers, but not really. It's kind of fun. I don't think the bots have money. Well, somebody's got money. Otherwise, where are the bots? Where are they coming from? I'm going to go ahead and actually have this one be a lower cuff. Of course, if you're interested in reading the books and you want to listen to this specific playlist, this is the playlist that I've curated to listen to while you read the book as well. Because I love immersive music experiences. It's pretty fun. Oh, a BB gun is like we have these toy guns. I don't even want to call them a toy. They're actually quite dangerous. We have these toy guns in America that are like they shoot these things called BB pellets, and you can actually use them legitimately to go squirrel hunting, as far as I understand. They shoot these little pellets. They were very popular when I was a kid, and they are obviously not real guns. They look like real guns, but they shoot these little balls, these little metal balls, and they tell you you're supposed to wear eyeglasses with them. Most people don't, and you shoot these little metal balls at the speed of sound. They're powered by, like, I guess they're like CO2 aerosolized. Point is, they shoot very fast and very, very hard. Like, it was a pretty common thing for me growing up that people would be like, "You're not allowed to play with the BB gun." Or I think about that one clip from Christmas Story where the guy's like, "You're not allowed to have that. You'll shoot your eye out." Like, that's such a thing. So more dangerous than, like, airsoft, I would say. Airsoft pellets at least are, like, a little bit, they're not nearly as, like, ouchy. But the BB gun pellets are, like, hard. They're kind of awful, actually. I don't think that you could successfully take out an animal with a BB gun, but you could try. You can, like, shoot pot shots at targets and stuff. Point being, Ami is not prepared. Ami is not prepared. They, you know what? But they do okay, though. I will say they managed to land like one shot, and that's really what matters. You know what I'm saying? That's really what matters. It's the thought that counts. I'm gonna do a couple of different, like, little bracelets here, I think. I'm gonna put their hand in their pocket. Their family lives in a commune out in the middle of the Black Rock Desert in an abandoned ghost town, and they're like, if the government can't find us. Oh yeah, no, these are totally different than Nerf guns. Nerf guns have, like, foam bullets. These are, like, really hard. They are like little tiny metal pellets. Nerf guns are fine. Put their hand in their back pocket. I feel like shooting your cousin accidentally in the eye with the BB gun is such an American experience. I have not known anybody that got seriously injured with a BB gun, but I'm just saying. Point is Ami's running into a fight where the people involved have armor piercing rounds. So that's the context. Actually, just kidding. I'm full of lies. That goes on the other side. And actually, I don't think I'm gonna put that in there. I'm alright. Yay! Thanks! Also, backing will continue the backer train as well. We don't have a backer train going right now. But we are almost, like, gosh, we rocketed up that thing. Let's see. We're at 942 out of 1,300. That puts us at 72% funded. So we literally only need a few people left. Let's see. If everybody... We need like 5 to 8 people. 5 to 8 people-ish. Or if somebody comes in, like two big spenders come in, then we get like an instant W there. Is Ami the kind of person to have a live, laugh, love tattoo? No, I'm joking. No, but they're definitely... I'm gonna do a little homage to my friend here. Actually, I do a little semicolon. Actually, no. It'll just be the regular colon. Oh, and actually, I'm gonna put it not on there. I'm gonna put it over here. Brilliant. Oh yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, the shipping to the UK and like just anywhere. I can't believe that shipping to Canada is legit $20. That blows my brain every time. I'm like, why? Like crazy. So, no, totally understandable, and any support is very, very, very appreciated. And now you will be immortalized in a book forever. Oh my god, Uncle Joey shot BBs into a cherry tree in Maryland and almost got Abuelo arrested. See? Look, it's that kind of tomfoolery. Right, because people, the problem is you can't tell the difference. It's like the question becomes, is that a real gun and am I gonna die? Or is this like normal children behavior? And the answer is you don't know. And I feel like that probably came at the time where like you're not required to put the orange caps on the front that make it look like not a gun. Oh, Riddle, thank you so much. I'm excited for you to read it too. I think that you'll like it a lot. Ami is great. I like Ajax in this one a lot as well. I feel like we got to go find Ajax in the Discord and be like, buddy. I wrote that character before I met Ajax as well, so that I do think that that's kind of funny. Hi Aqua, hi Blades, how you doing? Welcome in. We're doing the launch party for my Kickstarter, so if anybody is interested in doing or rather backer kit, if anybody's interested in doing the backer kit, we are 72% funded. And if you can't back it, that's totally okay. Share it with your friends. We only need like 5 more people to fund the whole project. Things are getting crazy in here. Oh yeah, yeah. We have a lot of like rural folks out here too, Caro. Bow and arrow hunting is really cool. Yeah, the state that I live in has a population of a lot of like rural hunters, so That in itself is not weird to me. The 80s and the 70s were a wild time, though, not gonna lie. Hi, Sam. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you have any questions about the book, please let me know. Oh, thank you. We're drawing Ami from the book right now. I don't have any art of them, and I don't know how that's physically possible, so I'm remedying that right away. But I'm answering questions about the story, about writing it. But yes, it is. It does have a happy ending, yes. It's very stressful, but like my books in particular, I don't like to kill a lot of my characters, especially when I'm writing for younger audiences. I'm like, I'm already depressed enough as it is. There's definitely not heavy romance. It's very, very cozy and light on the romance and focuses more on politics. But they remind me of Prompto. Oh my god, that's the best. Yeah, they're a punk, a Southwest punk for sure. I love Prompto to death. He's got the best clothes in that whole game, not gonna lie. I'll give him some extra bandanas and stuff on their outfit, I think. Yeah, it's definitely like all of my stuff. I don't typically write romance. I am not a romance author by any means. So a lot of my stuff is more speculative fantasy focused with romance subplots for sure. The major romance is between Parissa and Perseus. They meet in like the elite guard and then end up getting very close. And there is a little bit of an Ace Arrow romance between Ami and the other main character, Terran, but Terran's too busy getting shot at. I feel like he's like, I don't know. I'm dying. I don't have time to think about like partners. But they do have a couple of little cozy moments and it's very cute. But yeah, definitely for like, I don't know. I don't know, even my harder books, like next year, I'm going to be releasing a science fiction that's about the prison industrial complex and fascism. So the content is really heavy. But even then, at the end of that, no major characters die. You know, like, I ain't about it. I don't want to make myself cry while writing. I don't need to traumatize myself. Oh yeah, affogatos are tasty. That sounds delicious. My friends are more broke than me somehow. Oh no. But it's hard. It's yeah, I feel like books are a hard thing to get people to get into. I understand though. That's why I write comics as well, because it helps. Yeah, when I say that I wrote this book with RNG, I really mean it. The fact that it worked out is a miracle. I do feel bad for some of the characters that did not make it. But like at the end of the day, that actually legitimately was up to RNG. It was not up to me. It was an interesting process. I don't know if I'd ever do it again. Um and I did enjoy that aspect of it. For those of you who are not familiar, I wrote this entire series with tarot cards. So the magic system is based off of tarot itself and it's completely random. So I had no control over what was happening, no take backsies. Oh my god, 15. Oh, it's happening. Oh, another backer train is going. Oh, we're over 1,000, guys. We only need 13 or 300 more dollars, 300 more doll hairs. And then if we overfund, then just cool stuff happens. Keep it up, guys. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. You all are amazing. Keep in mind, too, I will make this little tidbit here, that if you do back my project, you should totally go over to the Book Bazaar and go and back other projects in the collab. So they have a bunch of different genres of books, whether that's queer books, romance, sci-fi, fantasy, horror, all of those good things. And if you back any 5 of the projects, you get a sticker sheet with all of our cool stickers on them. It's very cool. It's very neat. But yeah, you can see like Tess, my friend Tess, is live with Spider Island right now. So if you also want to pop into her stream and check it out, please do. Spider Island is amazing. I absolutely love this. Yeah, she crushed her goal. Hardcore. So great. Her special edition for this is amazing as well. But there's so many stuff. Like I love the Common Bonds. It's an Arrow anthology of science fiction fantasy. So lots of really fun stuff. If you want to back other people's work, consider it for sure. Because we're all in this together. And you get special bonuses if you do. Choo-choo! Aggressive train noises escalate. I can't. Oh, thank you, Sam. Thank you so much for backing. I really appreciate that so much. This has definitely been an interesting process. I've never done one on BackerKit before, and this has been really fun so far. I like all the features that BackerKit brings versus like Kickstarter. I'm never going back to Kickstarter. Sorry, Kickstarter. Oh my god, we got so many bots in here today. That's crazy. Normally I only get bothered by like one. That is funny though. Get out of here. You don't have money for the BackerKit bot. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh yes, please, Blades. That's amazing. Yeah, if you guys want to share it anywhere and everywhere, that is very helpful. And you can always tag me on my socials as well. I'm Tycho_Dorian on pretty much everything. So feel free to tag me and then I'll share the post as well. But yeah, this is definitely, it's very political. I myself am a trans author. I'm actually fleeing for Canada. My husband, I'm very lucky. He got accepted into a Canadian university, and I'm going with him. I have to still find work, but I'll get there eventually. But he and I are having to leave, and it's really sad. It's a super sad thing. So this definitely the second book for me was a lot about talking about the feeling of like effectively being a bunch of bees stuck in a box, and like how do you escape, how do you get out of that box. And I think the ultimate takeaway is like through community and found family. That's really like the only way that you can get out of there. So a lot of my work has like found family and like it's okay if you're weird, you'll still survive vibes. I'm gonna give Ami not Cuban boots. Well, maybe I will. I feel like they are a Cuban boot kind of person. I think I'm gonna be getting myself a pair of Cuban boots actually. Oh, these are cool. All right, so now what I gotta do though is I gotta modify my sketch because this is how this works. Look at that. No. Hello? Hello? Don't mind me. Actually, I'm gonna just have to redraw this. Never mind. We're all right. We're gonna just completely ignore the foot. Don't mind me. Don't look at it too hard. A little pointy toe. Everybody should hydrate. We got a self-care combo. I do have an Instagram. I don't use it very often anymore though, so I probably won't repost or like share anything over there. But yes, you can always tag me there too. Thank you for sharing, everyone. You all are amazing. Thank you so much. Take me with you, please. Honestly, for real. Fastest way to get to Canada is to apply for schools, cheaper than going to college in the US. So think about it if you need to go to school. And even if you don't, maybe it's time to use the government student loan money to flee the US. Not a bad strat. I think I'm gonna give them like a capped toe here with like some metal on the toe. That could be just kind of cool. Yeah, it is a hard move and it's expensive as well. But if anybody gets the opportunity, even just to visit as well, I'm very, very lucky. 16 backers! Oh my god! Oh, hey, Gabriel, what's going on? Sorry, I think I missed you earlier. I hope you're doing okay, though. Yeah, I consider myself very lucky. My husband is very, very smart, and I have too much student loan debt to be able to go to Canada. So, the government won't let me do it anymore. They said, bro, you spent too much money on school. You need to stop now. You're not allowed to do that anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay, sorry, bro. I'm gonna give them like a little, like a cool little thing here. Thank you for everybody who's backing the project. I really appreciate it so much. You guys are amazing. I we go. Yeah, not bad. For a little sketchy. I'm going to give them some extra rings and stuff, I think. Gabriel, thank you. I do appreciate it. I feel like young adult books are, at least for me, easier to digest. But if you do read it, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much. Oh, let me open this image. I can't see what's going on. I'm actually just going to give them a bunch of rings. Like a billion of them. Like so many. Like a lot. Like a lot of them. Yeah, thank you, Blades. Really, it means so much. Honestly, my goal with my fiction really is to just overall, like, provide books for people who have, like, more often than not really been represented in media. You know, it's like whether that be people of color or neurodivergent characters or, you know, LGBTQIA plus characters. What's the difference between young adult and adult? So young adult books are meant for kids aged 13 to 18. That can include books like The Hunger Games, Maze Runner, The Golden Compass, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson to some extent. I know some Percy Jacksons are, I think, middle grade. I'm trying to think of what other popular young adult books are out. I don't really read a lot of them. Strange the Dreamer. Yeah, those are the ones that I can, big franchises that I can think of off the top of my head anyway. So 13 to 18, if the main characters are between the ages of 13 and 18, it's most likely young adult. The books also tend to be a lot shorter, so they're between 60K and 80K words, versus adult novels are intended for anybody 18 and older. Those novels typically star characters who are between the ages of like 25 and, you know, or old, all the way up. And deal with much more serious topics, so they can be really gory, really violent. There's lots of sex. Young adult books tend to have less violence, less sex, although it depends on the author, and it depends on what's going on. But they're books intended for younger readers, although now we're facing kind of a trend of adults reading young adult books because I think people are sick of reading depressive shit. But yeah, Court of Snakes in itself is a dystopian novel. This is a YA dystopian political fantasy. So it's dystopian in the sense that all of the characters are trapped in a singular city with no escape, like a bunch of rats in a box. And they believe that they're the last people alive because there was a nuclear war that happened that wiped everybody out. And now they're dealing with that. So it's definitely a dystopian in that sense. But I write a lot of what I would call like hopecore. Oh my god, it's happening. Holy shit, this is the fastest this has ever happened. Guys, we're so close. We literally need $200. 200 singular doll hairs. We're making it happen. But yes, it's, if you like The Hunger Games, you'll like Court of Snakes for sure. It's got the same vibes. Okay, I think I'm going to actually use this little doodle that I did. Maybe not. It's the perspective is not right. But I can maybe move it. Hold on. I did this little doodle as a demo for a student yesterday, and now I'm like, hold on, wait, actually, I can maybe make this work. Hold on. We can make this happen. Which means I need more sky. Oh, but actually, though. Oh, but wait, though. Actually, look at that. Look at this little guy. Okay, this actually works, though. I like this. All right, so we're going to leave this alone. I'm going to go ahead and mess with the sky. I knew this doodle was going to come in handy. I knew it. Yeah, this whole book takes place in the Black Rock Desert, which is in Nevada near Reno, and it's known for some of the coolest geological formations of all time. Black Rock Desert. Thank you so much for the follow, Sam. I really appreciate that a lot. Welcome to the Retro Arcade crew. I did get a question earlier and I totally spaced it. I think it was from Blades, and so super sorry about that. The chat is actually bumping. I think you asked, where did I come up with my TV character? The answer is that he's actually a character from an upcoming book that is going to be published by my publishing house for the first time. Liminal House Press. So Atari is the name of the character. He's from Fatal Mechanisms. He's an android that was supposed to be responsible for reseeding the planet after climate change decimates Earth's climate, and then unfortunately he's sought out by capital, or like billionaire mercenary goons, and then all of his internal parts are destroyed, so he is unable to open the biobanks, reseed the planet. So then he gets abandoned on Earth for 400 years and slowly loses his mind. He replaces his head with a TV and lives in an abandoned shopping mall with a bunch of mannequins. He is unwell. So that's all I have to say, is just he's unwell. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up. You know, I knew I was gonna use this, actually. Well, wait. I'm gonna actually use... Did I put... Oh yeah, this is all... I'm gonna put a new layer of like little like grass, I think, in front of Omni's boots, maybe. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up some of these rocks, though. Is this the back? I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. And this off. And where is my other one? Are these just all on the same layer here? No, where is this other layer? I didn't label anything when I made this demo for this student. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to go in and clean up this thing. But yes, I love Atari. Okay, so let me go look at my references here. I'm gonna look at these referencias, because I need to improve the shading on this rock. I did this really quickly. Let me turn Omni off. I was showing a student how you could make something in like 20 minutes, and while this was a good time, the rocks need more rocks. You know what I'm saying? We need more rock content. I knew that this little drawing was going to come in handy. I just didn't know how, you know what I'm saying? Oh, nice. What do you think about Brady, Aqua? Hopefully you're liking it. I'm so hyped right now. You guys are literally making my entire life. This is crazy. I've never been more hyped in my whole existence. This is absolutely nuts. I've never had a Kickstarter go this fast. This is crazy. So I do appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm looking at my reference. This doesn't have to be that complicated, but these... I was not looking at a reference when I drew these rocks the first time. I was like basing this off of a reference photo that the student had given me, and then they didn't include the photo, so I was like, I don't know what you want me to do with this. So I had to just make it up. Oh my god, every person is killed in an explosion. Oh my god. I mean, you know what, though? Fastest Hunger Games ever, actually. I'd be here for that. Nobody likes being stressed out, that's all I gotta say. Brady's amazing so far. I'm glad things are planning to be shipped by the end of July, because that means I don't have to worry about telling a family member to watch for my package. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm going to try my best to... It's going to be kind of quick, so what'll happen for those of you who do want your packages shipped quickly is that I'm going to be sending out surveys like ASAP. But of course, if you live in the Colorado area and I know that you're over here, you know, you can always just like... We could work something out, point being. If you need it by a specific time because you're in my area, we can do like either local pickup or things like that. So that way you can get your books before I leave for Canada on July 31st. So it's going to be kind of a fun, it's going to be a little bit of a crunch, but Oh my god, the backer train. I don't understand. I'm Googling what the backer train is. What is a backer train backer kit? What are you telling me, guys? Oh, I see. So the backer train acts as an active countdown timer that triggers when the campaign's standard closing time arrives. So for example, if you get to the end of a backer kit campaign, there's a 10-minute reset so that people effectively can continue to back even after the campaign is done. And then the whole thing goes for it. Crazy. So it won't close until the backer train is done. So that is what the backer train is for. I learned a thing. I was like, what is the purpose of the train? I have been educated. I now understand. I now know the secrets of the train. It is very rare for me to actually like do more complex background illustrations for my characters. But yeah, this book is a fun time. It centers around two main characters, Taryn and Parissa, who are victims, unfortunately, in this corrupt system in many different ways. And Taryn is the son of the usurped like leaders of this place, and his parents both get shot, unfortunately, and then he just kind of has to deal with it. He gets kicked out onto the street because this place functions off of like a feudal, like you know, blood lineage monarchy style system, and now they're trying to hunt down the last remaining heir in that particular situation. And then Parissa is the daughter of the guy who usurps him. So all in all, pretty crazy time to be alive. They have to work together to try and dismantle the corruption while also not getting shot, which is a surprisingly difficult thing to do in this place. The government has hoarded effectively all of the resources, and they're slowly starving people, and that ain't great. Guys, at this rate, we are on the track to have this Kickstarter funded in 2 hours. Or it's been live for an hour and a half. This is insane. So, if anybody wants to chuck $200 more at it, share it with your friends, spread it around. Oh yeah, actually there is no joke, Gabriel. There's actually a scene where they're trying to torture information out of a Zomaranian officer, and the only way that they're able to get her to break is by throwing Atari into the room with her, and legit he just explodes nonsense. It's like it would be like watching nonstop like 4 days straight of YouTube poops at full volume, randomly interrupted by like jump scare noises and like corrupt video footage. Like it is really bad. It works though. Tavorsha does not stay quiet for long. She's like, please kill me. I hate this man. It's actually a very real thing. What I needed in here, now that I'm looking at this reference of this this little guy, this little rock outcropping here, is that I just needed more details in here. Also, teehee! We got a teehee mode. Thank you for bringing joy to the stream. I really do appreciate this so much, you guys. You have no idea. Like, being an indie author is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It is a constant, like, 24/7 grind. And so to have, like, this kind of, like, reception is really huge. It's so great. I do appreciate you a lot. Good to know war crimes survive to space. Yep. Oh yeah, that whole book is oops all war crimes actually, like legit. It's about like discovering that the government systems that you believed in are actually horrendously corrupt and then trying to figure out how to cope with that because now you yourself are an implicit war criminal. You know, there's a lot of like those kinds of themes going on. Like, how do you undo like such bad damage? Apparently, like you can see how much like living in the US I think has impacted my art as well. Like Court of Snakes was started before 2016. I'll leave it at that. But after 2016, I think the themes changed pretty dramatically. But Fatal Mechanisms was written as a direct response to what's going on in the U.S. right now. So a lot of my more recent work, and even Appetite too, I'm going to be releasing more adult work that is more traumatizing. And a lot of that is because that's just kind of what I'm dealing with, you know, as a human. Hi, Danny. How's it going? How you doing? We're working on a drawing of Ami and also enjoying the joys of the American Southwest. Look at it. Look at it. Crazy. I did this little doodle and I figured that I should like have added as a background to Ami's drawing. So we're going to work on Ami a little bit more in just a second. But I needed to clean up. You know, actually, I'm not a huge fan. Well, I like that. There we go. I liked some of the texture, but not all of it. Okay, let me save. If I ever finish Passenger Side, I'm going to get you to publish it. Honestly, I'm super excited about it. I liked your like world building and stuff on it. Oh god, a milk jug filled with blue raspberry juice? Why? Why? Oh, Snarfs. Yeah, that's such a Colorado staple though. Snarfs is iconic. Okay, so now that the back looks better, let me work on we're working on a rock. We're working on a rock. I don't mind. I don't need this to be the most like intense rock of all time. It just needs to have some more detail because like as of right now there's like nothing going on here. Oh my god, 19! Give it up for 19! Where's the Mr. Krabs meme? That's crazy though. Are we getting close? Almost to 150. Thank you everyone. Thank you, thank you. You guys are so hyped. This is crazy. This is hands down the most successful launch I've ever had for a book ever. So thank you. I believe in you. We got this, Aqua. The hype vibes are appreciated. Hydrate. Take a shot. Take a shot. I have coffee. I'll do a coffee shot. Have a good nap, Riddle. See you later. We don't like fried brains. We don't do that here. Just kidding. My whole brain is a fried brain. Are you? Who am I kidding? I'm a liar. That was a straight up lie. See, I'm gonna carve this out into more like 2 rocks. 2 rocks. 2 whole rocks. Not gonna lie though, one of my favorite sushi like dishes that's served at American restaurants is often called monkey brains. And it is not at all what it sounds like. It is a like avocado half with a bunch of spicy tuna put inside it, and then they deep fry it, and it is so good. It's real tasty. There we go. We're gonna just kind of carve out this shape of this rock. Now we have a more rock-shaped rock. You know what I'm saying? A more rocky-shaped rock. Yes, exactly, exactly. To be fair, this was like a 20-minute rock, and so now this is becoming a not 20-minute rock, you know? I was just trying to show a student how to use concept art brushes. I was like, you gotta do the thing. Yeah, what I like about these books is that there is a lot of stuff that happened in them, I think, that I just didn't anticipate. So a lot of it is like, wow, this was like a genuine surprise. Like, I had no idea that this twist was coming or like things like that. And it was just, it was a delight to write. The RNG factor of the tarot cards made everything really interesting and constantly a shifting surprise. See, I need like rock texture. Can I get... Oh, is this like... No, this is not. We need a better one. There we go. Let's get some rock texture. Yeah. Some rock texture. There we go. Boy howdy, we do love rocks. That's a good rock. That's a nice rock. Yeah, and what I find ironic is that literally the tower got drawn every single time something needed to get blown up, and I'm like, what are the chances of this happening? Like, there are... How many cards are in a tarot deck? Like, there are so many cards, and I shuffled every time as well. 78. So it was literally a 1 in 78 chance of that happening multiple times in a row. That's a good boulder. I like boulders. Me too. Yeah, so totally random. Definitely. Kind of crazy. Okay, so I'm going to put Ami up here. Let me get some bush texture here. And then we're going to go a little darker. I'm actually going to put this over here as well, so that way we get a little bit of framing. And this is actually going to go in front of Ami so that there's some bushes. Do I need to work on this cactus back here? I feel like the cactus needs a little bit of shading. Hold on, where's the cactus? This is all background. This is that thing. Are these cactuses? There's the cactuses. Hold on, let me go work on the cactus here. They also need shadows as well. There's no, like, cast shadow here. So let's get some cactus shape here. I need to make sure, actually, that this is not nearly this dark. I need to be very gentle. Yeah, the Death card's actually a pretty positive card in tarot. I'm always very excited when I draw it, because it's more about transformation and rebirth. So I guess, you know, anybody affected by the Death card is not really like... it's not meant to be like, oh, they're dead now, you know? Yeah, my hope is to produce, like, hopecore-ass books, to be honest. Hey, speaking of some tarot spreads, oh my god, we got some live tarot reading going on now. Look at that. 2 3-card spreads. Let's go. You guys shared the same brain cell for a second. Crazy. We'll start with, Lear was first. That means that you guys are quantum entangled from a great distance. All right, 3-card spread for Lear. All right. Ooh, lots of major arcana stuff. So there's been a lot of like big life developments. It looks like recently. The first card that I got for the past card was Empress reversed. So you felt like you are very inferior you in a lot of aspects. It could have been your intellect, it could have been your education, it could have been communications skills, and you kept trying to fight against that inferiority feeling, because the reality is you're not inferior, right? You're not bad at stuff. You were exaggerating your fears, you were reluctant to take action, and then that could have led to family arguments potentially. Now we're at the present card, which is the World reversed. um the best thing to do right now is to just really treat yourself, to try and combat those negative self-doubt feelings. Also spend a lot of time with people that you love. Seeking intimacy and personal happiness can really help, like, put a damper on those bad feelings for sure. And while things are taking really, really long to manifest, they eventually will. The future card that I drew is Page of Cups. Congrats, it's Parissa's Significator card. But that means that you are likely dealing with somebody of kind of a youthful, like, spirit, and it could be yourself. It could be you trying to, like, kind of, I guess, stoke that inner child vibe, and move forward that way. But overall, the Page of Cups is upright, and the major thing to remember is to not be upset if things don't go as you hope, right? Because things are taking so long, it's likely not going to play out exactly like you want it to. So beware of that childish behavior. Be playful, have fun, but, like, don't overdo it, and you'll probably be okay. You just gotta, like, ride this storm, and things will settle down eventually. All right, let's get to chips. Listen to those clickety clackities. I love the sounds of cards shuffling. No other cards I've ever owned shuffle as good as these cards. I have to keep these cards until I die. I'm not allowed to get rid of these things. I got, like, a replacement deck because I was like, oh, these cards are eventually going to just eat it. But, like, these cards are actively falling apart. And I'm like, the other ones just don't shuffle right. I can't do it. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, you also got the Empress reversed for the past card, so you may be feeling the same way as well, where things are like you're feeling like you're not good enough. So that seems to be an underlying current. Same brain cell. That's all I gotta say. An underlying current for you as well. So that's been probably dominating your thoughts, and in your case, that lack of self-worth has also led to financial troubles as well. Um, and it's been tough, but the best thing that you can do now is, like, other people are going to try and get you to conform and fight those feelings, or I guess to succumb to those feelings of um inadequacy, which is not great. So if you do succumb to those, you'll be granted more financial stability, but ultimately the major thing to remember is that you do deserve the right to express yourself as you choose. And if you stay true to yourself and you decide that you want to follow your path specifically, that could lead to a financial rebound. So you may find that, like, while you're set back now, that setback is not going to last for very long. The future card that I got was Lovers reversed. So keep in mind that if you do have that rebound, then other people are just going to treat you like shit over it, probably. You know, whether that's out of jealousy or they're annoyed that you succeeded, or any of those things. So be sure to slow down. Don't let anybody rush you or push you into things. You know, you're on your journey. You take your time. You do what is best for you, and things will likely work out. So other people are just going to be trying to do really weird shit is effectively the vibe there, I think. But everybody likes to think they're right, you know? And that is also kind of shitty. People go rogue. Ultimately, both of y'all need to learn that you are actually super cool and you should appreciate each other. Oh, we got a single card reading though for Danny as well. We get some good shuffling going. Oh, sometimes the cards do a split. Hey, guess which card you got? You got death. Speaking of that. So that means that guaranteed in your life, you're going through a very, very, very big life change right now. And I know you personally, so I'll try to not read in too much to it. But you're going to be entering a pretty intense growing phase. Things are going to be changing around you very rapidly. Your viewpoint on life is probably going to undergo a pretty dramatic shift as you move from one stage of your life into another. And people are not going to really be offering a helping hand in this situation, but you know yourself best. You know how to handle these kinds of things. And it's a good time now as you do transition into this new period to look at some of your old habits and just stop doing anything that doesn't feel right for you. It's a good time to do some emotional, mental, and actual physical spring cleaning. So take care of yourself because a big change is about to be coming around the corner for sure. Oh, I just threw my pen tablet on the ground because I have zero self-control. I'm okay. Death is actually a wonderful card to get. That's one of my favorites to draw. It's a really good sign. Yeah, I'm like, if I didn't know you, I wouldn't know what it was, but I do know. I think I can get an inkling of what it is for sure. But and it could have stuff to do with too, of course, the way that people change around you as those big life changes happen too. So, for sure. Oh my god, look at it. Look at it. Gee, what could it be? Crazy. No idea. All right, let's do one for Caro. Doing a bunch of tarot readings on this stream today is definitely the most appropriate thing to do, I feel like. Best thing to do. All right, you got King of Swords reversed. So that means you may be having some sticking points with more of a masculine authority in your life, or your ego is kind of taking the reins in this situation. It's kind of one or the other. If you know somebody personally that's doing this stuff to you, that might be who this is about, or it could be about your own internal conflict. There's likely a lot of jealousy going on around you, or even in your own self. Right, people are going to be very narrow-minded, very prejudiced, and the best thing that you can do to kind of ride through this situation is just focusing on bettering yourself, whether that's through intellectual skills, working on art or creative projects, getting better at that kind of a skill, learning new things, experiencing new things, and you know, you can't really control what other people around you do. So it's okay to just spend some time on some self-improvement. I'm going to go ahead and make a new layer here for a cast shadow for Ami's feet. I'm going to set this to a multiply layer though. I'm glad I did that shadow on a new layer because otherwise that would be really lame. Yeah, nice. I'm going to set this to background. All right, let's color Ami. Let's do that. This is front bush. Front bush. All right. I knew that this damn southwestern scene was going to come in handy. I felt it deep in my booty hole. Yes, exactly. Yeah, totally. Therapy is the act of constructing yourself. Yeah, and that kind of self improvement is also a great skill too. Emotional skills are definitely would fall into that. Swords is all about your ego, right? So your sense of self. Who are you, right? As a person. And where do your values lie? What do you want out of life? All of those really big questions. So that can get kind of tricky because those are big things to deconstruct for sure. Okay, so I can get rid of, look, this is where a little drawing was, and now look at that. Look at that. Crazy. I can get rid of that now. Ami gives off like cool blue tones or maybe like teal tones. I'm going to start with a teal for their underpainting color, I think. Yeah, they're just a little guy. They're just a guy with a BB gun, guys. Like, they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Okay. No, they were just fucking around and found out Civil War Edition. I can't stop. It looks like they're on a field trip. I can't. Yeah, they spend a lot of their time just kind of like driving around and, you know, hanging out. Let me see. Okay. Sorry, I was doing some cultural research for a second. I think I was like, what do I want this character to look like? And I have an answer. And actually, you know what? I've got to, before I do any of this, I am a fool. You know what I really need to do? So that this illustration is complete, I'm going to go ahead and do some line artwork. Now that the background is done, I would have never guessed that this background was going to come in the most clutch of all time. Like, that's crazy. Literally did this as a demo. You never know. You never know when you're going to need it. You know what I'm saying? Yep, I'm telling you, I don't do much with this thing. It just goes, it does all of its shit on its own. I have had a lot of spiritual experiences in my life, but definitely reading tarot has been some of the most intense shit I've ever encountered, truly. I've had some really wild things happen. I would like to say that this tarot deck predicted the downfall of the United States, but I didn't have the foresight to understand what it meant. And now looking back on it, I have many regrets. And it's sad because there's nothing I could have done to stop it. Like, my life was going to experience maybe the most insane upheaval of all time. And I did not know. Yeah, some of Ami's favorite pastimes are driving their ATV around the desert. So they definitely love to like go places, take selfies, eat new foods. Oh yeah, no, you're good. Binks got a licking arm. That's a normal. That's what Binks deserves. That's so funny. Banks was like, nah, 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 nah. I tend to think I'm pretty grounded, not generally very spiritual, but there are moments for sure where I'm like, look at that. There's like no, normal explanation other than mystical shit. Yeah, I think for a period in my own life, I went from being relatively spiritual to then deconstructing from religion to not really being spiritual at all. But I consistently had so many paranormal experiences happen around me that the universe was like, bro, you gotta accept what's going on here. And I was like, why? What do you mean? And then I've fallen back into spirituality as a Hellenic polytheist. That shit has caused way more uncanny coincidences to happen in my life than any other religious group I've ever been a part of. And I don't think that there's necessarily one right path for anybody. It's really just like dependent upon each person and their experiences in the world that's going to determine that path. Some people are going to feel it, and some people are going to feel that way being atheists as well. You know, like you can feel just as much wonder and magic and have spiritual experiences while not being spiritual at all. Like, I think about how Alton Brown, food chemist, won't eat octopus because he made friends with an octopus one time and it, like, mentally fucked him up for life and now he can't eat octopus, you know? Like, that's a totally rationally scientific thing that happens to him, and then, it changes your worldview pretty much forever. I once had a dream that my childhood cat was saying goodbye to me because he was dead and introducing me to his past life and his future one. I got a call that day saying that he was going to be put down because he was on his way out. Yeah, yeah. I like what I love, I think, about modern scientific theory is that as we learn more about quantum entanglement, how particles, if they bump into each other once, they continue to bump into each other across any distance forever, effectively. And so, the more you spend time with a living being, the more you become quantum entangled, and then, that connection lasts forever. So, to some degree, psychic ability in the future may be explained simply by quantum physics, but we don't have a broad enough understanding right now to be able to, like, call it. So, I think that shit's really cool too. This kid is out in the sun 24/7. It is really crazy, though. Quantum entanglement is silly. From, like, a science standpoint, it's like, how... Guys... Aleister Crowley would have called it manifestation, Not that he's the paragon for good examples of understanding this kind of theory, but... he had some interesting thoughts on it as well. Trying to figure out if I want to... I don't necessarily have enough time to shade this entire thing, so this doodle may end up just being a flat color doodle until later. They're so adorable, though. Oh my god. Look at them go. Yeah, right. Yeah, we don't talk about Crowley. Weird and unhelpful is a fucking... That's a gentle way to put it. They were a little freak. Aleister Crowley was a little freak in nature. And not in a good way. Oh my god. Thinking about him gives me whiplash. Let's see. I'm gonna do, like, white. You're like, I'm trying to be nice so that his cursed spirit doesn't rise from the grave. Mood, though. Wait a second. Hold on. I realize. You never know when somebody's spirit is going to jump out of the bushes like Jumanji. We don't need any of that in here. We don't need none of that. We gotta put down the Luigi board. No Luigi boards in here. Okay, this is slowly happening. Everyone Luigi boards, but no one... Oh my god, no one asks if you can board Luigi. Dang. We're asking the thought-provoking questions in this stream. We're asking all the right questions here. People are like, what is your stream like? I'm like, it's filled with intellectuals, and then meanwhile, the camera slowly pans to the board Luigi question. Alright, I'm gonna put in, we need to get in some, of the actual necklace portions on this. There were some silly Billy Greek philosophers, though. I don't know. I'm pretty sure people would have a lot of fun with that question. Okay, am I gonna regret mixing leathers here? No. Been very successful communes here in the US. They're like typically on the DL because the government will straight kick them out. But like, yeah, it's a good example of how something on a small scale or built with the right intentions can be really good, and then as soon as it gets into the wrong leadership, then it's like bad times for everybody involved. I feel like we need some of this. Putting together color palettes for characters you've never drawn before is always really fun. This is not quite the right color. Yeah. I need this to be more cactus blossom color and less Barney color. Okay, now what color? I'm gonna do blue jeans here. Like whitewash, acid wash jeans here. Yeah, nice. Alright, now for the pièce de résistance. I don't know, normally I start on the face and then work my way down. This is not how this happens today. Oh yeah, probably. They're like, how the hell is this building so tall? Bro, what do you mean? Reminds me of this one song from the musical Oklahoma, and the lyrics are, I got to Kansas City on a Friday. By Saturday, I found a thing to do. Hold on, what's the lyric? Hold on. Oklahoma, 7 stories high. Oklahoma. Yeah. The lyric. Kansas City. Yeah, they gone about as far as they can go. They went and built a skyscraper 7 stories high, about as high as a building ought to grow. God damn. Mind blown. Hey, we're at almost at 1200. We got another backer here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We're getting there. We're doing it. $100 left, and then this bad boy is funded. All right, now the fun part. Actually, I think... Do you know that this kid is using Manic Panic in the middle of the night? I'm going to try my best to do a gradient wash on all of these pieces here. This is exactly why I separated this out into little chunkies, because this is about to save my life. Whoops, wrong layer, wrong layer. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. Jolly good. That's all I gotta say about that. No. There we go. Better. Wowee! Alright, now the question is I do kind of want to do a little bit of a vignette on this thing, so that way... Well, I got a little bit of time. I could do some cell shading on this bad boy. It would help if I got all of his pants, though, or all of their pants, right? You know what I'm saying? It would help if I just, like, actually did what I was supposed to do here. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. With this at this stage. Okay, well, first I need to go, let me go into my pearl brush. I'm going to do a new layer here. So that way I don't have to draw these little, like chains for the dog tags, because I'm really lazy. So lazy. We love not doing that. I'm going to go for, well, we're going to see how this looks. I'm going to give them a couple of chains. Wow, that's the third bot this stream. This is proof. You know what we're learning, y'all? We're learning that they only care about streams with lots of people in it. We have reached the perfect amount of viewers per stream to where we don't get botted 24/7. Because we truly are the elite. Terrible. I may change the color of these later, but we'll see. And really what I need is I'm going to take this and we're going to put, oh boy. It's actually a horrendous color. Let me see what I got. I'm going to go ahead and take this. Why? I just want to blast them a little bit with some... That's not what I want. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then let me get some dark purples. Whatever color this is, I'm going to go with a little bit of purples. I'm going to do some ambient occlusion up and down their body. Not that much, though, because that's pretty intense. And actually, you know what? I thought that I was going to go absolutely crazy. I'm going to do a little bit of just some light work on their blushes. And then I'm going to do some light work on their line art. And then I'm going to call it good. To be quite honest. It's going to be a pretty straightforward thing here. I'm going to go with a little bit of this. A little bit of this. Actually, I'm going to go a little darker here. And then we're going to go back over here. Put this on some fingies. It's hard for me to not just, like, shade the ever-flying snot out of stuff. Okay, but not bad. Not bad. We're getting there. Let me go ahead and do some line work stuff. That way we can have some, like, nice overall integration into the background so we don't have black line art on top of a nice, like, digitally painted background over there. They're great. We love Ami in this house. I think I need to go a little darker. That's okay, though. I want to know how many times this guy's been sunburnt. I'm sure that they just go outside and then just instantly are like, I didn't bring sunscreen. And then their mom is like, bro, you can't go outside and just die. You're going to get skin cancer. They're like, I'm okay. They were, long story short, they were not okay. Ami accepts their fate. To be fair, if you've ever been in like the Blackrock or the Mojave, it is brutal. You are going to get crispy. You're going to get weirdly leathery, and there is nothing you can do about it. This is just, that's just who you are. You have to kind of accept that shit. There's a reason why everybody from Nevada looks kind of crispy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like when I think about people from Nevada, I'm like, you guys are crispy. Colorado gets less crispy, but that doesn't mean that we're safe. Oh my god, that's so scary. Wait, that's actually potentially like life or death situation. Oh my god, I'm glad you guys survived Death Valley. That's crazy with no AC. My god. Whew! Yeah, that's literally not my nightmare. People are like, what's your horror book? It's like that. Actually. I believe it. That sounds like literal hell, actually. Oh my god. I feel very at peace. I'm glad I finally got to draw this character. They're really fun. So if we hit our first, I think our first stretch goal, it's either a print of the king or it's a print of Ami. I can't remember which one. But we do got stretch goals, and those stretch goals be unlocking extra art prints. So that's fun. And they're all holographic. They're all so shiny. I may end up putting this. Let me do this. It's better. There we go. There we go. Not bad, y'all. Not bad. I love it. I'm going to add this image of Ami to the backer kit so that way everybody can see it. I need a brighter color. Look at that. Look at that little friendo. Well, if anybody has any questions about the book, I still want to kind of stream. I might add some paper textures and stuff, but I want to stream for my full time. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. As of right now, in terms of pledge levels, we have 4 remaining early bird omnibuses. So if anybody wants those, let me know. Make sure you back so that way you can access those thingies. Lots of people are getting the digital book, actually. Oh, I want to comment on one of the characters, but it's spoilery. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm going to go ahead and give this a crispy... I need to invert this. And then I also need to colorize this because... it's a weird color. A little bit of brown. Let me see which is the best one. Nah, multiply is the answer. I'm going to reduce the opacity, though. I need this to look like an old photo that somebody would have put in their wallet and then gotten destroyed. Also, this brown is making a weird poopy color. Maybe, well, wait. That is better. Let's get some paper texture. Oh, it was folded up in their mom's wallet. Yep. That's it. I dig it. I'm gonna throw this one down too. Give it some like old film or like old like Kinko's paper. God, that's how you know I'm ancient, is just a Kinko's. All I have to say is one word, and that word is Kinko's. Crazy. Let's see. This is where this gets tricky. Oh my god, talk about a Wild West ass look. Yeehaw! Everybody should hydrate, though. I actually need to just control you. And then, let me see what we got. Color burn is fine. Well, I'm going to need to tweak with this a little bit. Soft light is good. What happens if I invert this? Oh, it looks like poopy. That's what. I just want a little bit. Oh, and maybe if I put like a. You know what will help? I know it will help. I know what I'm doing. Posture check. We got a whole self-care combo. Everybody sit up and stretch. Don't be crusty. Don't be crispy. Don't do it. We don't deserve to be crisp. Not like that anyway. Let me see here. I'm going to go a little wider. We're going to do some illusion of screen printing. Night around your shoulder. I am focusing so hard right now, there is no words to describe that. Okay. Okay, I did it. Look at it. Look at it. You should buy a blender for smoothies and the like. You should, though. Smoothies are delicious. No, this is good. Oh, thanks. This is a fun little doodle. I'm glad I got to use this stupid Southwestern background. I literally, yesterday when I was doing that for a student, I would have never guessed that that was what this was where this was gonna go. I can't. That's so funny. Alright, well, we only need, effectively, like, 2 more people. 2 to 4 more people. So if you want to share this with anybody that would be interested in slapping it on there, I would be literally just mind blown if we backed this in 24 hours. As of right now, the Kickstarter has only been live for less than 3 hours. So if the thing goes, then that's gonna blow my little mind. I'm gonna go bother everybody in Q's server. Yeah, call up your friends. Yeah, exactly. So I'm probably gonna just go ahead and call it here since this illustration is done. And then that way I can take like a 30-minute break before I have to go and jump into my office hours with my students. So, thank you again. First, big thank you to everyone who has backed the Kickstarter so far, the backer kit, and wants to support this book and my work. Like, I really do appreciate it a lot. It means more than you know. Secondly, thanks so much to the Book Bazaar for rating and following, as well as Sam B Art for the follow too. I really, yeah, you guys rock. You are all amazing. I cannot believe that we got 20 backers in 2 hours. That is insane. And now we only need like 2 to 4 more people to go. That is nuts. So thank you very much. I will be back on Monday for doing, regular, all of your regularly scheduled artwork. We're going to be working on commissions. If you're in the Colorado area, I'm going to be at HearstCon on Saturday all day. And I'm going to be doing pre-orders for this book, trying to get people to get that to go, as well as trying to get rid of all of my stuff. Everything is 50% off, and that also applies to the Etsy as well. Everything's 50% off, and I'm trying to get most of these books out of my inventory. If you can't make it to HearstCon on Saturday and you're still in the Colorado area, I'll be down at Basilisks, Blasters, and Books down at Dungeons and Javas in Colorado Springs on Sunday. Also trying to get rid of all my stuff. So come and say hi, hang out with other authors or other spooky goth people on Saturday. And I will see you all on Monday if I don't see you then. So have a good weekend. Thank you so much again. Share this like crazy, and hopefully I'll have good updates with how whether or not it's funded. So I'll chat with all of you soon. Bye bye.